Good morning and welcome back to the 2023 NFL Combine. I am Tom Downey here with some more winners and losers, this time from day 2 in Indy. The defensive backs completed all of their testing. Let's start with the positives. How about Christian Gonzalez? Did what everyone was hoping he was going to, and that's test like one of the best athletes in this year's NFL draft class, factoring in the size. This is it's called RAS, Relative Athletic Scores, from my guy at MathBomb on Twitter. Just factors in different positional preferences and includes the size. So it's not just, 4.3, it wasn't the fastest 40 this year, but 32-inch arms at 197 with a great broad. Christian Gonzalez is one of the better corners you'll see. Looks very fluid in the drills, by the way, too, from an athletic standpoint. He is very much in the mix for cornerback number 1. Now, if you've enjoyed our NFL coverage here from the NFL Combine, our winners and losers, our interviews we've put up here, we appreciate that. Like the video so we can show the bosses that you want us to do it again next year. Right now. Go ahead and like it for us in the comment section. All right, Julius Brents, the cornerback from Kansas State, did not post the 40-yard dash time that some people were expecting, 4.53, but with 34-inch arms, that's offensive tackle length with arms. It's insane. Plus, fantastic short area quickness, great explosion with the vert and the broad at 6'2 and 3/4 and 198. Brent has really helped himself out as of late, dating back to the Senior Bowl and to now. Let's go to Michigan's D.J. Turner. I mean, how can you not put the guy who had the fastest 40-yard dash time among the defensive backs and of all players so far, at least? A 4.26 20-yard dash, or a 40-yard dash. I would make note there, it appears to be a error on the 20-yard split side because he definitely did not have a 0 on that front. But that still doesn't, it's not going to impact the numbers that much here. Good vert, good broad. He is undersized, probably going to be a nickel with the arm length and the weight, but the speed is absolutely there for DJ Turner. We'll stay in the Big Ten. Joey Porter Jr. Yes, that is Joey Porter Sr., the Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker's kid. He's a corner who has the arm length that NFL teams covet. 34-inch arms, a 4.46 at 6'2.5", 193. The vert and broad weren't the best, but given the size that he carries, and I thought he had great film, I think Joey Porter Jr. didn't hurt himself at all and still remains in that conversation to be the number 1 cornerback drafted this year. Who do you think that ends up being? 3 names, I think, are your front runners: Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter Jr., Devin Witherspoon could not run. He has a minor hamstring injury. He'll be fine for his pro day, I expect. Those 3 are your favorites. Who do you think ends up being that first corner taken? Let me know in the comment section. Let's go to Riley Moss now, the Iowa corner, who has actually really good size. He's over 6 foot, almost 6'1", 193. 30-inch arms, not ideal, but a 4.45, 40, 39-inch vert, 10.07 broad. All really fantastic numbers for Moss, who had a pretty solid Senior Bowl overall and now continues to help his stock with the athletic testing. Also looked pretty damn good in the drills, by the way, too. Let's start cheating now. 2 Illinois safeties, Jartavius Martin and Sidney Brown. Both of them looked really damn good. And an overall very slow safety class. There's no real speed here. Pitt's Brandon Hill had the fastest time. Martin's not the biggest guy, 5'10", 194, but a 4.46 40. Great on the explosion side. 44-inch vert that's one of the better ones you'll come across there. Sidney Brown, meanwhile, a little bit bigger. He's stockier build. He's 5'9 3/4. That's what the 6 means there. 211 weight-wise, 4.47 40. Also really good explosion vert numbers there. Take your pick as to which safety you like more. Illinois is going to have 3 defensive backs drafted, which I don't know if they've ever had that occur. Now, if you want to bet on the NFL draft, got to do with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code NFL Daily. 125% deposit bonus when you sign up and deposit at least $100. They've got updated number 1 pick odds. Bryce Young, still the betting favorite, -170. C.J. Stroud is second. Anthony Richardson has jumped Will Levis. Will Anderson, because no one thinks the Bears are actually going to have that number 1 overall pick. Jalen Carter has plummeted in light of his off-the-field incident, or known incident now, I should say there. Go bet on that number 1 overall pick. Chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code NFL Daily. Another safety, Daniel Scott out of Cal. Might not be much of a household name, but he had fantastic testing once again. 4.45 40-yard dash at 2.08. Talk about size, speed, combination. That is super appealing to NFL teams. Deonte Banks and Jacorian Bennett, the two Maryland corners, both very, very impressive. I think Deonte Banks, and this has kind of been my guess, has solidified himself as the number 4 corner in this year's class. When you're getting to almost the best athletic testing ever at corner, that's pretty good. 197 over 6 foot. The arm length's not ideal, but it's still above average. You know, we got 34-inch arm guys. Everything looks a little shorter in comparison this year. 4.35 40-yard dash, 42-inch vert, 11.04 broad. All of these numbers are unbelievable, let alone for a near 200-pound corner. This year's cornerback class is really freaking good. And Jacorian Bennett kind of went under the radar because of Banks, but he tested great too. A 4.3 40-yard dash, elite testing there. A little bit more undersized, but I think has the arm length to hang out on the outside. Maryland will have both these corners drafted. Banks, I think, will go in round 1. Bennett probably won't be too far behind him. Got a few more winners here, but of all the defensive backs at the Combine this year, which one impressed you guys the most? Who is your biggest winner? Let me know in the comments section. It's my show. I'm going to keep cheating, as Sam accused me of last night. Darius Rush and Cam Smith, the two South Carolina cornerbacks. Rush had fantastic testing and has really been a riser in the pre-draft process. 33 and change inch arm length. That's great. A 4.36 40-yard dash. A little bit more straight line speed. The explosion was only okay, but 6'2", 198. Cam Smith is still pretty skinny. He's 6'1", 180, but a 4.43, great explosion. I don't know if Cam Smith goes round 1. I think he should be in that conversation despite the weight. Rush will be a day 2 pick, I'm pretty sure. Who do Travis Hodgins Tomlinson, yeah, it's LT's nephew, by the way, the good THT, sorry Lakers, is an undersized nickel corner. We knew that going in. He's still tiny, 5'8", 178, 29-inch arms. It's super small, but this is what you'll want your nickel corner to test like. That's what THT is going to be in the NFL. Great 40, really good explosion numbers too. Unlike a different probable nickel corner we'll get to at the very end of today's show, THT helped himself, I think, and by the way, looked really good in the drills. We will have more NFL videos for you on the draft, on free agency. That's around the corner. Do not miss out. It's all free here. Hit that sub button right now. Time for my 4 guys that, they didn't really hurt themselves, but I don't think they helped themselves that much in the end. Let's go to Keely Ringo, who has great size. He's 6'1" and 3/4, 207. Had a great 4.36 40-yard dash. But the vertical was really bad, and so was the broad. The whole point of Ringo right now as a draft prospect is the athletic upside, the athletic ability. He checked that box with the 40-yard dash, helped himself there, but the other numbers weren't that great, and I'm not sure he's going to end up going round 1. Let's go to Emmanuel Forbes. My player comp for him is locked in. He is Slender Man. That's what he is. He is 6 foot 3/4, 166 pounds. Unbelievably skinny. Had a great 40-yard dash, a 4.35, but the vert was it was good, not great. The athletic testing is overall very good. You want to see greens, right? 166 is going to be off the boards. And this was not he cut weight to run faster. This was he played in the 160s this year. So he still got the ball skills. I'm still in on him, don't get me wrong. That's going to be a concern for some teams. How many corners in the end get drafted in round 1? This corner class is freaking loaded, man. John Harbaugh said he looked at 10 guys or something that had first or second round grades, and he's right. This class is loaded. So how many go in round 1? Get those answers in for me in the comment section. Let's go to Jalen Jones, the Texas A&M corner, who, because he's 6'2", 200, had a great 39-inch vert and did everything else okay, his RAS is above average, but 4.57 is very slow. That's slow for a corner. I thought that the production was good this year at A&M. I wonder if he's going to make the move to safety. Brian Branch is next up here, who I am still in on. Frankly, all 4 of these guys I actually like. That's why I put him stock TBD. Did not have an elite testing day, and that's okay. I think we kind of knew that going in, that Branch was not going to be a premier tester. Didn't do the agility, and I think he would have tested pretty well there. I think he's got pretty good short area stuff. I still think he's the best safety by a pretty good margin, and a slow class. Losers time. Don't be mad at me, but hey, not everyone can be a winner in life. Christopher Smith, the Georgia free safety, 4.62 at 192. This is you're banking on outlier. I know there are some Christopher Smith fans. I understand it, but that was a bad day for him. Brandon Joseph, the safety from Notre Dame, the former Northwestern transfer. The 10-yard split is actually really intriguing with the quicks there, but he just didn't have the best day. It was more middling and average, and he had some round one buzz initially at Northwestern, but has never quite recaptured that positive momentum. More losers coming. Sorry, guys. But I want you to name your biggest NFL Combine loser among the defensive backs. Sound off for me in the comment section right now. Rashad Torrance out of Florida is next up here, and much like Christopher Smith, oh boy, you just can't run a 4.72 at 193. You just can't have it at safety. That's not going to work, and that's going to really hurt his draft stock. NFL teams do use thresholds. He's going to miss the box on a lot of them. Jimmy Robinson, the safety from Florida State. Again, there's a lot. It's a slow safety class, and that shows up. Did not have a great testing day. The red is bad. You don't want to have red. 5'10 and 5'8", 191. The 4.59 40 is okay. It's just above average among all athletes, but poor vert, poor broad there. Again, all these numbers, you can go find them on Twitter at MathBomb, relative athleticscores.com. Big ups again to MathBomb. He's my guy. Jair Brown, next up. Look at all. I told you, it's bad, slow safety class, so they all end up on the loser side. He looked better in the drills for what it's worth, but a 4.65 is not particularly great. Really good 10-yard split, which I found interesting. So it's probably just the flying 20 is what was not particularly great there. The vert, the broad were all pretty mid there too. And finally, one of my guys, Clark Phillips, who did do well in the drills. He's very fluid, but the shuttle was bad. The vert was bad. He's undersized, which we knew going in. I'm not going to dig him too much there, but you can see the difference in testing between Clark Phillips, who I still like a lot. Reminder, we're just talking about today, not overall as prospects. I guess last night, not today, time. But testing was just not very good for Clark Phillips, unfortunately.